As practice comes to an end, we're back with the Alright, as practice comes to an end, we are back with the EIRCA League this time. Here with the Snowball Derby, a little special event put on by the league. Gonna do 200 laps here. Gonna do qualifying for 8 minutes, then 16 lap heats. Gonna have 4 sets of tires tonight here at 5 flags. And we'll see who comes out on track first. First out on track, here we go. Austin Belkey. In the Jeff Gordon looking scheme here. Pretty much all night, I think. Pretty much a one-lane track. Later in the race. But here in qualifying, they're going to be all over the bottom of the track. Yeah, 16.96, not a bad lap. That's gonna be up there near pole. I think you can get a little bit quicker, but James Birdsong now, the 82, coming on track. James Birdsong in a quite interesting car. The numbers and such kind everywhere. First up going to be an 18.07. Coming around to complete second lap. Gonna pick up to a 17.13. So far, only 2 to come out on track. I have 8 minutes here, 3 minutes underway. As Dylan Matthews going to be the next to come out on track, put down a lap in this number 7. Number 7 Cadillac. Looks really quick right now. Coming around to complete the first lap. See him using all the track. Tapping the wall there. Might get rid of the lap. It looks like it does. Gonna have to give it all on the second lap. Really using every bit of the track here. Right off the bat, looks like someone we're gonna want to watch throughout the race. Really wheeling it. 16.99, just 3/hundredths off pole. All right, now halfway through qualifying, 3 cars to go. 3 cars who have gone with 4 left to go. As we wait for that, we'll talk about what these guys have for tires. We got 4 sets in the pits, so 5 in total. Full tank of fuel they got on the car. Single file restarts. If there's cautions one after another, it will be double file the whole night. Otherwise, 1 faster pair, 2 green white checkers. Let's see. So I mean the track isn't going to be too warm, I don't think. Let's take a look at the weather. Let's see. We're looking at 77 degrees and 85 track temp, so not too warm. You can see January 3rd in sim, so pretty cool. I think keeping the tires cold is going to be pretty easy, not heat them up too much, so we might not see too much tire fall off. Is Jonathan Casebeer going to be on track right now? One of the heavy hitters in this league last season. First lap of 17.2. Not completely wrapping the bottom there to second lap. Gonna be a 17.03, good enough for third. And with that, we only got about a minute left here in qualifying. Kevin Stanley now gonna be the next car on track. And he, tonight, is running a Greg Biffle scheme. With the Greg Biffle scheme on track tonight, the league is going to do lap 16. We're going to throw a caution, do a tribute to Greg Biffle. Moment of silence. Get a pace lap in. Stanley gonna get loose out of the corner there. On his second lap, gonna put it third. Just beats Casebeer. Charles Irwin now on the track, coming to start his first lap. Ooh, gets a little bit loose there. Holds on, but we've seen the second lap be quicker for these guys, so we'll see what Irwin puts down. Irwin gonna be second. Really tight for that first spot. Can he get the pole? Really pushes the boundaries right up against the wall there. And he doesn't make the end of qualifying. Gonna run out of time. So that's gonna put Austin Belke on pole. Second. Well, we are running the heat, so line up a little bit different for the heat. I have a 16 lap heat here. Seems like Roy Grande Jr. will not be making an appearance tonight. Only going to have 6 cars tonight. Small field, but still 200 laps to be run tonight. as we will go one more time around these heats. KSB are going to start up front. Kevin Stanley on the outside. Irwin going to be on the outside. Matthews on the inside. And then Austin Belke going to be taking up the rear end of the field. But as we come down the backstretch, going to be getting ready to go here. Pace car going to pull off. As the green flag is out, K-Spear gets a nice lead over first and second. Down the backstretch, K-Spear going to get the lead, but here comes Matthews down to the inside, going to try and challenge here. Looked really, really good in qualifying. There he is, getting to the outside. He's got it. K-Spear is going to be forced to the outside. Spear going really wide, going to get a really good run off the exit here. Matthews fighting hard down the inside, side by side. Only 15 laps to go here. This is where these guys have to figure out what the cars are doing, how they're feeling. They didn't get that warm-up they usually do that they get during the league. Here it was just right to qualifying and right to the race. Really good battle for the lead here. You see these guys really even top and bottom. K-Spear sliding high, gonna clear for Matthews on the bottom. Kevin Stanley Jr. waiting patiently in third. K-Spear now starting to fall back just a little bit. Here comes the inside. Matthews gonna take the lead, gonna clear off of 4. Still side by side. K-Spear still bringing that fight to the outside. Really making it work. Starting to fall off now. I think here Matthews going to clear on the exit. Now we're going to keep K-Spear on the outside there. K-Spear now slide out of the corner. Going to fall in line in second. As the field gets single file. Ooh! And you see Kevin Stanley off pace. Gets a little bit loose. Irwin now put side by side on the outside trying to get around. Kevin Stanley hitting that apron, flying up the track, almost up into the double zero. Double zero going to clear now. Look back up at the lead. Matthews holding on really well, doing a really good job here getting that pace. Only 9 laps to go. Stay close. It looks like you're going to be able to stay close. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to pull away unless you got a really good race car, really good drive off the corner. Seems like it's going to be really important. You really have to see that rear tire. Saw a few guys already get loose. See Matthews now starting to stretch out that lead just a little bit. Still, K-Spear's still right there, only 3/10 back. But not as close as he once was. You're gonna have to start pushing now if you're gonna have to catch. See the field starting to spread out. Kevin Stanley Jr. starting to fall back to Belke. Stanley starting to struggle in the middle of the corner, sliding up just a little bit, going to open the door for Belke. He does it again. Jump back up to the battle with Charles Irwin. Jonathan K-Spear now starting to fall back. Irwin looking like the good car in the long run. Ooh, and Irwin with a great save. Got super loose out of 4 and gets all the way sideways. A great save, only 2 to go here. Jump back up front to our leader, Dylan Matthews. in the 7 Christmas car Cadillac. White flag. Almost a half a second gap here. The lead's going to be so important coming into the race. The heat getting ready to finish down the back stretch. Through turn 3. Out of turn 4. Checkered flag going to go to Dylan Matthews in the heat. Second, Jonathan Casebeer. Third, Charles Irwin. Kevin Stanley Jr. able to hold on to 4th. Belkey back in 5th. And James Birdsong rounding out the field in 6th place. And just from that, what I've seen, it looks like if you hold the lead, you're going to really have to work to keep it. In terms of just keeping pace, you can't really let up. Those guys will be able to catch up pretty quick. We saw Matthews kind of pull away a little bit, but Charles Irwin with really good, not long run pace, but just after a few laps, he started to really catch Casebeer. But our starting lineup going to be Dylan Matthews in 1st, 2nd, Jonathan Casebeer, 3rd, Charles Irwin, 4th, Kevin Stanley, 5th, Austin Belkey, 6th, James Birdsong. I think drivers to watch, I mean, those front 3 are going to be really, seems like the top hitters tonight. Belkey, always one to watch here. Kevin Stanley. I mean, these are all really hard hitters up here. Birdsong, we haven't seen too much of in the league, and kind of fell off the pack there in the race before. Dylan Matthews going to lead the field, did really well up front. Jonathan Casebeer all over his bumper in the beginning. Started to slide back to Charles Irwin. So I think in long run, Charles Irwin and Belkey are going to be the ones to watch. But this short run, Dylan Matthews is going to be our one to watch as the field comes with a green flag. Matthews on the inside, gets a good jump. Casebeer on his outside, still side by side, down into turn 1. See Casebeer sliding up the track, going to have to fall in line here. Not able to keep that outside. Going to look outside though, going to try it. That's going to open the door for Charles Irwin behind. See Casebeer all over the back bumper of Dylan Matthews now. A long race here, 2 laps into a 200 lap race. Remember, caution on lap 16, so you can gain a good amount of track position here. Oh, and around goes Kevin Stanley, gonna hit the inside wall. Collects Roy Grande, or James Birdsong. Take a look at that again. See what happened. I think he just gets loose, just coming up off the apron there, and just spins, and then nowhere for James Birdsong to go. As we jump back live here, Dylan Matthews still in the lead. Casebeer in 2nd. Stanley down, coming down pit road, down a lap. Let me try and fix some of that damage. James Birdsong doing the same. But first caution of the night. I don't think anybody's going to take tires. So you see it's getting kind of dark. I mean, clouds now becoming a factor. Track's probably going to start cooling off. We take a look at the weather again. You see track temp down to 82. It was 85 earlier on in qualifying. It's going to be something to watch. Going to change that grip level. I think just make that bottom just that much better. Kevin Stanley out of pit road. One lap down. As the pace car pulls off, gonna go single file here. Green flag is out. Single file now. Look back here, Kevin Stanley. One lap down, not much to fight for right now. Probably gonna take it easy back up front. Very spread out at the moment. And this is probably a really huge advantage to Dylan Matthews. I mean, doesn't have to worry about Case Beer being all over his bumper. Case Beer seemed really good in that short run. Charles Irwin, though, and Belke. Here comes Belke. We'll see the Charles Irwin and Belke, I think, are very even in terms of long run pace. I think they're both going to be trying to maybe work together to get up to the back bumper of Jonathan Case Beer and then Matthews eventually. Kevin Stanley off track. Another spin into the grass. Keeps it rolling, though. Green flag still out. Front four have really pulled off, pulled away. Case Beer now starting to reel in Matthews just a bit. They could just be saving tires, but once again, caution at lap 16. You might as well go as hard as you can right now. Really see what the car has, what it's going to do on these little bursts of like a longer run. I mean, we had that caution, so this really is just a test of like short run. See what it has if you have a late race restart. What you can do. It seems like it's going to be hard to pass. Matthews gets into the wall a little bit. Going to open the door for Case Beer to get on his bumper. As Kevin Stanley's around on the bottom of the track. Still down there. Going to reverse up on track. Green flag still out. Here comes Case Beer to the inside of Matthews. Case Beer gets loose. Going to spin it. Going to save it. Lap 15 now. Only 2 laps to go. Final lap 16. Drivers are going to make what they can position wise as they come around into turn 3 out of 4. As we bring out this caution, remember Greg Biffle did such a huge amount for our sport. NASCAR, short tracks, did everything. From Hurricane Helene, did so much help during that. A great racing career, and we have him. We are thinking about him, and we will honestly never forget Greg Biffle, as we will do a moment of silence here under Caution. We'll do a 3 wide salute. See Kevin Stanley in that Greg Biffle paint scheme. Glad someone ran it tonight. As we get ready to go here, green flag is out. Lap 20 of 200, 10% of the race done, and so much more to go as Irwin now can get to the inside of Jonathan Casebeer. Casebeer holding on well on that outside, looked really good out there earlier, holding on to that lead for just a little bit. Matthews, though, loving what he's seen in the background. Casebeer going to shut the door on Irwin here, going to get that inside back, single file now through the field. Oh, Casebeer looks really good right now, looking to the inside of the 7 to get a run. He's there, he's going to spin him. Oh, they're all going to save it 3 wide. Casebeer to the lead. Looked like he stuck the nose in there, and the 7 didn't want to have any part of it. Closed the door on him and got spun around the nose of the 73. 73 wide. And here comes Irwin and Belke. I think they're going to have something to say about Casebeer. Now they're running really quick. Casebeer running wide again. 0-0 looking to the inside of the 73. Peeking the nose in there. Getting Casebeer worried. Goes the tail for the front 3. He's falling off. And trying to reel him back in. But right now the battle is for first and second. Charles Irwin biding his time behind Casebeer. A long race, not many cars, so probably not going to be many cautions. Going to be single car wrecks here. So this is a long race. You see the 7 tap the wall there. Right now, Casebeer tags the apron just a little bit. Can lose a little bit of momentum. Starting to get into that long run feeling. These guys, these front 3 really grouped up. Kind of pacing each other, I think. I think they could try and make some moves, but I think overall they're trying to hold on here, knowing that a long run could be coming. And Belke especially, there's nowhere for him to go. You can't really pass if there's 2 cars like they are right now. He'd have to go to the outside, and I just don't think it's there. Gonna have to wait for a mistake. Kind of wait and kind of pick your battles wisely. Matthews starting to peek into this little battle here. Right about a second back. He's going to turn off the corner, tapping the wall. We're on board here with Irwin. See what it's like inside the car. And you see Casebeer really loose there out of the corner. You see him turning right there. Irwin. These cars are really a handful right now. This could play to be a factor later on in this race with how much they're sliding those rear tires. We saw Kevin Stanley spin once as you see Irwin go high. Try and build that run. Now it kind of looks like maybe that top line's starting to come in. You see Irwin gaining ground, going to the top here, the second lane. All it's going to take is Casebeer to get loose on corner exit on the bottom, and then the door will be open. And you see Irwin struggling a little bit there to get down on the power. Casebeer here. Just how close these guys are racing. Ooh, and Casebeer goes to the top. And almost opened the door there for Irwin. And Matthews now was 1 second back, now 0.6 back. He's coming and coming. Gonna peek to the inside of the 24. He wants back at Casebeer. But he's got a bunch of cars to get through right now. Arguably 3 of the best from the last season. Right in third. Right through 1 through 3. As Irwin now looking to the inside of Casebeer, getting the bumper to him. As Casebeer now holding up the field, but in first. 40 laps through. Here comes the 7 to the inside of Andrew Belke. And I know Irwin sees that in his mirror. Matthew really quick early on. It looks like he had really good short run speed, and here he is now with really long run speed. Probably the best car on the day at this point. Not clear Belke yet. Belke putting on a fight to the outside. Uses him up a little bit and they're banging. Now this is what Irwin wants to see. He wants to be able to see these guys battle, but it's all over now as Belke, who's still outside, but now going to fall in line. We want to see that go on as long as possible to try and make a move on Casebeer, but now that that pass is complete, we'll see if Matthews is able to catch up to the lead too. See Irwin just looking to the inside through the corners, just kind of getting in Casebeer's head. Right there, you see him just dive to the inside. He might not be quicker, but he's getting in Casebeer's head. He's making him look in his mirror. Making him think like, oh, is he going to dive bomb me? Do I have to give him room down there? See Irwin just all over his back bumper these past few laps and just kind of nowhere for him to go. I mean, he just has to wait for Casebeer to make a mistake. Casebeer's not really making many. He slid up a couple times, opened the door, but Irwin just hasn't been there for when that happens. So Matthews having a hard time making any ground up now that he's gotten by Belke. I was talking to Casebeer before this race. He was telling me he was putting in some practice beforehand at test session, so it looks like it's really paying off. I mean, he seemed to be holding up the field a little earlier, but now it seems like he's holding on really well. I think if Irwin got in front of him, he'd pull away, but here it seems like on a single lane, you might be able to use the top, but if you're quick enough to run the bottom and not let the guy get to the bumper, and you'll be able to hold the lead. As Irwin now trying that top lane again. As we see the clouds rolling back in again, going to change that track temp. And now 50 laps through, 1/4 of the way through. This race is nowhere near done. Still a really close race for first and second, and third and fourth is Belky holding on really well with Matthews. Matthews not really falling off from where he was when he made the pass from those front two. Everybody pretty even right now. Lap time's very even. Casebeer right now, fastest car on track. But everyone else, I mean, they're just so close on times, within hundredths of each other. Last time by, Irwin the fastest, so just trading lap times. Belky and Matthews in identical lap times, so everybody very even right now. But as this run goes longer and longer, we'll see who does a better job of holding on. As we do have lap traffic starting to come up just a little bit. Birdsong a little bit of the ways up, or no. Stanley up ahead. See Stanley missing that front bumper. Off pace. Is now Irwin really using that outside lane. I think if Irwin can get to his outside, I think he'll be able to make the pass, but he has to get there first. If he can take that exit away from Casebeer, it'll be huge. Oh, and Irwin taps the wall. Stanley going to be in the way here. Irwin has to drop to the bottom. Two behind, around the lap traffic. Matthews gonna get down below Kevin Stanley. Kevin Stanley getting out of the way of this battle. Ooh, and the 24 gets to the 7, sends him up the track. Side by side now. Matthews been used up this race quite a bit. Used up by the leader. And now used up by the 24. Gonna let him by the 7. See if he has something to say about it. Still within striking distance. Gonna look to the inside, but Belky now out in front of the 7. Gonna try and make a run. Now 2 seconds back from the leader. Lost quite a bit of time in that. Now Belky's starting to make a run towards the front. And back up front, still the same song. Irwin with a good run though. Still not there. He's just waiting for Casebeer to make some kind of mistake out of the corner where he can pull up alongside. Casebeer doing so good right now. Irwin though, closer than he's been in the last 10 laps. He was within that 0.2 of a second. Belky though, starting to gain some time. 1.6 when he made the pass, it was 1.8. Take a look back at Belky, kind of by himself now. Matthews falling back. Birdsong 11.5 back. Stanley now 4 laps back. Gonna need a miracle to get back on the lead lap. Gonna need a few cautions not involving him. Back up front, we'll see what it's like moving on board with our leader. What does clean air look like? Do something fun. I'm gonna do something fun. You might not like it, but we do it anyways. Jonathan Casebeer, it's Michael up in the booth. You got me?
I gotcha.
Hey, you're up in front. I had to bother you. Looks really nice out there. Irwin all over your back bumper. How's it going?
It's going. We're just trying to stay consistent.
Well, you look really good out there. Starting to get a little bit of lead there that last few laps. But just checking in. How's the track feel? Is it loose? I mean, it seemed like it was loose earlier. Now it just seems really balanced.
Yeah, it was loose on fresh tires, and now you can really get the throttle down off the corner, and it just sticks really well.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Belky's on his way. He's coming too, so you're not safe. Almost halfway there. We'll wish you luck. I'll leave you be now, because well, you got it easy now. He's not right on your bumper anymore, but I'll let you be.
Yeah, I appreciate the SRX style interview.
We'll see you. Good luck, man. Well, that was Jonathan Casebeer, our leader, a fellow MC Motorsports driver and broadcaster. Now starting to stretch out this league. I think I'm good luck for him. Now almost up to a second over Irwin, but Belky, I mean, falling, just staying at that 1.7, 1.8, not really falling back to Casebeer. If you look at lap times, you see that Casebeer with the 17.41 last time, Irwin at 0.53, and Belky at 5.0. So Casebeer is still the fastest car on track right now. Last time by, even across the board, 0.45, 0.45, 0.46 for the top three. All these guys running very even. But now some lap traffic here for Casebeer. Gonna get up and out of the way. See if he does the same for second place. Irwin gonna get up in those marbles out of the way. So that Irwin, Stanley had crashed again. Looks like went in and maybe fixed the car. But out front. Casebeer 0.8 second. 0.8 of a second up. See Birdsong now. Down pit road, gonna take tires here. We'll see if that makes any difference. Right now we're running about, I mean, tire fall off is not too far off. I mean, half a second a lap. We might be able to get a lap back here, but 3 laps down, maybe just trying something. I don't think these guys are gonna pit for tires. We're coming off pit road now. Sure, the field will take a look at what lap times he's putting down. Back up front, Jonathan Caspear still in the lead by 3/4 of a second. Irwin behind. Belkey 1.8 back still. Everybody just kind of stagnant where they are, not gaining or losing any time on anybody. Everybody running very even lap times right now. See, Irwin just tapped the wall back there. Everything's still in order. Belkey now losing a little bit more. About 2/10 that lap. Caspear now starting to pull away. Irwin up to a second. Does have that lap traffic of Birdsong in front. We do have Matthews coming down pit road. Looks like these guys are going to want to try and put on tires, splitting this race almost in half. Down pit road. See a little bit of right front damage there on that 7 car. Pull into the box. Take the fast repair. Put some tires on it. But down pit road, we'll see pit road time right now is looking at 12 seconds in the box, 36 down pit road. That's going to be probably 2 laps down. Yeah, 2 laps down. And we'll see what he runs for lap times. So let's see. Around for, hit the apron there, so not this lap. We'll check next lap what the lap time is going to be. First fast lap going to be put in right here. For reference, Jonathan Caspear last lap put down a 17.836. Actually switched this to last time so you can see what we're looking at here. You see Matthews a 17.50 versus the leader 17.86, so quicker, but 2 laps down. That's a lot to gain. About half a second a lap. It's going to fall off to where they are, so it's not going to last forever, those fast tires. But we'll kind of see. We'll keep track of it as we go on. But I mean, for him, nothing to lose. Was already further back. 17.4 that time. Jonathan Caspear now stretching out that lead to 1.68. Belkey now 3.25 back. Halfway through the race, lap 100. Leader at halfway going to be Jonathan Caspear. Second, Charles Irwin, and third, Belkey. As the yellow is out. I don't see that anyone has crashed. I think we're just going to do a halfway point style break. Leader is going to come down pit road. Everybody going to come down pit road, I believe. Matthew's going to stay out. These pit boxes are small. Going to watch, make sure these guys don't miss their boxes. Case Spear in his box, Irwin in his box, and Belky in his box. Safe. No, Belky got to back up. That's going to put Belky not in a position to gain any spots during this pit cycle. See left and right sides going on. Case Spear and Irwin. Case Spear going to win the battle off pit road. Belky going to come out second, and Charles Irwin still on pit road, replacing tires again. Gonna go a lap down. I don't know what happened there. Belky back down pit road. Matthews down pit road. Gonna put tires on it. Belky in his box. Putting left sides on it. It's going to put Jonathan Case Spear in second. Charles Irwin going around the pace car. We have broken it once again. Pitting at short tracks, we do like to break them. Back on the lead lap from Pit Cycles pitting. I think it put them a lap down for taking tires too long on pit road. As we are single file. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car going to pull in. Jonathan Case Spear, the leader. Irwin in second. And Irwin is on the back side of the field. So this is going to be a huge advantage to Jonathan Case Spear. Now going to be a second and a half up and no other competition. Case Spear here can really save the tires. Those guys pitting, something messed up. I think they were on pit road too long. You can see Irwin put tires on twice, and that's going to put him at the back of the field. Now, here he comes through, trying to get through these lap cars. Going to get to the inside of Stanley. Belky, though, trying to get past Case Spear the hard way. See how hard Case Spear holds on to try and keep Belky a lap down. Here comes that battle for third. Case Spear really trying to hold on. Here comes Belky to the outside. I was saying if anybody can get to the outside of Case Spear, he's going to have a hard time. He's actually open up that exit. Oh, and here comes the 7 now. Into the inside. That's for position. That's for the lucky dog. The 7 trying to use the bumper there on the 24. The 7 getting to the inside for the lucky dog. Gonna get a really good run through the corner. Gonna clear. Now maybe even get to the inside of Case Spear. Case Spear gonna leave him a lot of room. We know what happened early on in the race. Case Spear gonna let him by really easy. Gonna give that lap back the hard way. And with that being said, here comes Charles Irwin for second place. Spear in a lot of traffic. Let Irwin catch up. Started out being 1 1/4 second back, and now only down to half a second. And here comes Belky to the inside, gonna slow down Spear. And Irwin can really use this to his advantage if he can sneak that nose inside. With the 24 there. Not gonna be able to do it. Spear gonna shut the door. Spear now in dirty air, so he hasn't had to do it all day. He's lost a substantial lead he had on the leader. Irwin just looks so good right now. I don't think Irwin's going to be as easy on Spear this time, as we only have 80 laps to go. Just kind of seeing what we saw earlier. 2 cars in the front pull away, and then the 2 cars behind just can't really close the gap on them. Not that they need to. First and second are dominated by Spear and Irwin. Irwin, he's got to find a way around Spear. Got to make Spear make a mistake somehow. This is the closest he's been. He's going to make a move to the outside. Gets a little bit squirrely. Going to have to slide back in line. Going to get a good run here, though. Here he comes, going to the inside, drop down to the inside, 73 on the outside. Spear now in defense mode on the outside, gonna have to drive it in and drive it out if he wants to keep that lead. Irwin side by side on the inside. A really good run, almost able to clear Irwin down into turn 1, but Irwin holding on really well down on the inside. Spear's going to have to figure something out. Irwin with the advantage on the bottom. Spear gets so close to clearing Irwin down the front stretch, but down the back stretch seems like Irwin is able to just hold on really well. Oh, when I say that, there goes Spear going to clear on the outside. Figuring out the outside. Irwin now behind, but for 3rd place now. Matthews gets ahead of Belky. Now this is going to kind of turn into lap traffic for these leaders. Spear picking up the pace just a little bit, catching these guys as they battle. Belky looking back to the inside of the 7. Ooh, gets into him a little bit. They touch now side by side into turn 3. Going to touch again. 7 not giving much room. Going to get turned by the 24 in front of the field. Caution is out. Take a look at that again. It kind of looked like they didn't want to give each other any room on the racetrack. We'll go from the rear. I already see there 24 in a hole that isn't really there. But going into the corner, he is right there. 7 slides up just a little bit, and just short track race and 2 guys going kind of for the same spot. I don't really blame either of them, but go live. Jonathan Spear down pit road. Charles Irwin down, Kevin Stanley down. Spear going to take rights. You see right there, Irwin missed his box. Left side's going on Spear. Left side's also going on Irwin. Matthews down pit road as well. Same with Belky. They are back on the lead lap now. So they're going to put tires on. Everybody going to be stacked back up. Going to have about 67 to go. When we get going again. Let's see, right side's going on Belkey and Matthews. Left side's going on Belkey and Matthews. So our top four are going to be taking 4 tires. Birdsong back down pit road. On the lead lap here. No, I think it might be 1 lap down. So top 3.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Delay the green here to get everybody back where they should be. Oh, Matthews still a lap down. So battle for the lucky dog is going to be between. Oh, it looks like it just might be Matthews. Looks like, and there goes the first song getting off pit road. So that's going to be our lucky dog battle. 3 cars on the lead lap. Only 6 cars here tonight. Stanley still down 6 laps, hanging in there. Hold on, kind of just racing at this point. I don't think there's going to be any way he gets back on the lead lap. But now, Irwin in the lead, or Irwin outside, K-Spear in the lead. Irwin was really challenging K-Spear for that lead. We'll see if he has anything for him this time. Green flag out. K-Spear with a great jump on the inside. Irwin way back there. K-Spear with the 2-car length lead. Austin Belkey looked to the inside. Irwin now. Belkey really scary. Coming to the end of these races, somehow able to close them out. Irwin now dropping back on the outside. Going to clear the top 3. Matthews, though, 1 lap down. Going to get by Irwin. Going to put Irwin back in lap traffic. Kevin Stanley now looking to get to the inside of Irwin. Matthews on a mission here to try and get his lap back the hard way. Belkey's gonna try and send K-Spear into turn 1. He's not playing nice now. Looking to the K-Spear blocking. Gonna get a bump. Ooh, Belkey gonna play nice. I don't think he's gonna take that block again. K-Spear going to the fence on the inside. Belkey to the outside. Gonna try and cross him over. Gets to his inside, and it's gonna be a race down the backstretch. Ooh, they door bang. Side by side into turn 3. K-Spear holding on the outside, gonna fall back just a little bit. Side by side at the start-finish line. K-Spear was able to clear last time on that outside, but the 24 gonna clear up this time. New leader, Austin Belkey in the 24. K-Spear now doing something he hasn't done all race. In 2nd place and behind someone else. Belkey with a really quick car. We'll see if K-Spear is able to hold on, but Belkey now starting to gap K-Spear just a little bit. Irwin falling back to the back of this pack, trying to get by Stanley again. Did not have a great restart. Much reason for him to do it, but if you get back on that lead lap, won't have to start at the back of the field if there is a caution. This battle from the cockpit of Matthews. K-Spear running that bottom really well there. Still holding on with Belkey, not letting him get away. K-Spear really wrapping the bottom. Casper seems to be really good center of the corner, but seems like Belky's just a little bit better on corner entry. It seemed pretty even on corner exit. See coming up on lap 153, quarters of the way through this race. And here comes Charles Irwin in third, making his way up from the back. Seems like he saved a little bit of tire just to try to get some kind of speed late here. Gonna have to get by Jonathan Casper, something he has not been able to do all race. It's been a thorn in his side since the beginning, but here he comes. Gonna try and make something happen. Kevin Stanley around, or that was Dylan Matthews around, actually. Let's see what happened here. The first said that Stanley had gone off track. To go look at it, I saw Matthews around, so. See what happens here. We're going to go back quite a ways. It seems like they've been racing for a little bit of time. It's like coming off of 4. They're going to door bang a little bit. Going into 1. Little door bang, nothing much. 7 going to try and cross him over and just gets into the back bumper. Spins the 5 and then the 7 goes around all the way. Good amount of rear end damage there. But go back up to our leader, who is now Jonathan Casper. Did not come down pit road. Irwin and Belky did. So there you're going to have brand new tires on the car. It's gonna be interesting. Jonathan Casper going to be in the lead, and will be on. Let's see. Pit lap was 129. Going to be on about 30 lap old tires, compared to Irwin and Belky, who are going to be on brand new tires. And we've seen that they make a difference on that short run, but on long run, it's not going to make a difference. If Casper can keep the lead, I think he can hold on and win the race, but he's got to hold on those first 10 to 20 laps, and that's going to be the biggest challenge he's faced all night. See these guys start to double up for what could be the final restart of the night. Jonathan Casper going to be on the inside. Charles Irwin on the outside. Austin Belky line up behind the both of them. Any of these guys races. Matthews 1 lap down. Needs 1 good caution for him to get back on the lead lap. Someone really fast tonight. These top 4 have been going at it all night. Green flag is out. Casper with a jump. Charles Irwin still on his outside though. Actually going to clear him. Matthews being a pain for these leaders. Kind of getting in the way right now of Belky. He wants to get that lap back the hard way. And remember, Casper on old tires now. We'll see what he can do. Side by side, Belky in the 7. Belky gonna let him go. Nope, gonna look to his inside. Yep, gonna let him go. 7 down. K-Spear wants to see that 7 get inside or the outside of the 00 so we can try and pull away and let those tires warm up and even them out. Right now you see right there just the difference. K-Spear can tug it real tight. And we're going to try and cross him over, get to his inside on exit. K-Spear going to play some defense. Going to go to the inside. Irwin to the outside. And here comes the 7. Got to look him both out his front windshield and his mirror for Irwin. Irwin cannot let that 7 get side by side with him, or else it'll give K-Spear that room he needs. 40 laps to go. Single file out. 00, really good run here. Gonna look to the inside. Gonna get to the inside. K-Spear has to run a lane up. 00 to the inside. Better tires. Gonna come out and spin it. Hold on to it. Gonna give the 7 the outside. And now K-Spear back to the lead. 00 gonna clear the 7. Gonna have to make another run to K-Spear. Everybody playing nice now, but tempers are gonna start ramping up. Irwin definitely a little bit quicker than K-Spear. Gonna have to make a crossover type of move. And looking to his outside. Not gonna be there, but look out for the crossover. I gotta stay to the outside, try and get that run. Gonna get to his outside, gonna take away the outside from K-Spear on the exit. A really good run for Irwin here. Gonna be able to get nose to nose down the backstretch. On the outside, Irwin going to lead this lap. And now side by side behind them. K-Spear now trying to hold that inside, but Irwin on new tires, making the outside work. The 7 goes around from... Oh, and up in the air. Green flag still out, but the 7 slammed into the tire and went up in the air. Caution is out. And the leader is going to be... It was close at the yellow. Irwin is going to be our leader. Taking another look at it, but Dylan Matthews and Kevin Stanley Jr. just cannot get away from each other. 7 looking for the lucky dog, and you see the left front of that car not spinning. He is most likely going to be done for the night. Go back and look at it, but... see what happened here. Him and Belkey going at it. A little bit of door banging into the corner, nothing big. 7 little taps there here and there, but then he dives in and the 5's already there, just trying to get to the back bumper of the 24 and then up into the tire barrier that's there, and that's gonna rip the front end off of that car. Go live, I think, still on track, but if we do a rear chase, if we go, look at that, that front tire is not moving. So he's going to be done for the race, I think. I imagine he has the meatball flag and being told to bring it on in, but K-Spear down pit road, going to take tires now. Going to try and get that tire advantage, but I think it's too little too late. Only going to be 30 laps to go. Irwin and Belkey going to be throwing haymakers here to start this next stage of the race. Dylan Matthews still on track. Very surprised to see that. Maybe the car is still okay. Maybe he can drive that home to a top 3 finish, but I just think he's going to pull it in this time, yeah. Pulling the car down pit road. Probably going to end his night. I think he used his fast repair already. Great drive on the night. Just got stuck a lap down and then stuck in trouble. Really fast driver tonight. Happy he turned out for the event, but I do believe that is a night ender for the 7 of Dylan Matthews. Matthews in his box, you see that fix not getting fixed. No more fast repair, and I do believe that is going to be done for the night.
Hang on, we're not going green.
We look up front.
Not going green.
I think they called off the restart. Though Matthew's still on pit road, but I'm not sure why this was called. I think they just want to get everybody lined up correctly before we got going. All right, pace car is off. Irwin in the lead. Great jump. Belkey on the outside. K-Spear to the inside of him. And Irwin, a very big gap. And now side by side for K-Spear and Belkey. K-Spear on new tires. I think he's only got 2 laps on that before it evens out with what those guys got. With them having that caution to cool him down. Here he goes, though, to the inside. Still side by side. That lead. Irwin just pulling away now. K-Spear now clear to second. He has a chance to catch Irwin, but new tires are not. They are very even right now. Last lap, Charles Irwin just put down his... Yeah, Charles Irwin just put down the best lap of the race of 16.9 versus K-Spear's 17.01, which was his best lap of the race. And again, Irwin putting down even faster of a time, 16.92, K-Spear 16.95. These guys are on it right now, running the fastest laps of the race right now. See Stanley loose back there. Irwin, though, still running really quick laps, pulling away from K-Spear, but he's also running quick laps. Still under the 17-second mark. Once again, fastest lap from both drivers, 16.92, 16.95. They're giving everything at it, but still, even running their fastest laps, they're both doing it, so no gain or loss. Irwin now far enough ahead that I can't get him with the leaders. Or with second place. These guys, new tires on it, only 22 to go. Now up into the 17-second bracket. Irwin with a great restart, put him in this position to be right up front. K-Spear giving it everything he has, but just not enough right now. Gaining a little bit, pulling away from Belkey, but Irwin right now still at that 3/4 of a second, almost 0.8. To go. Up front, Charles Irwin leading. One of the biggest gaps we've seen all day. First, second, and third. Usually there's one battle going on, but that restart really shook everything up. Lap traffic in the way, just 3 great drivers going at it. 18 to go. Kevin Stanley gonna make a pass on Dylan Matthews. Dylan Matthews down pit road still, so that's going to put Kevin Stanley making that pass up to 5th now. K-Spear still trailing Irwin. Irwin right now coming up to 16 to go. Gonna have to have a massive mistake for K-Spear to catch him, or K-Spear's gonna have to dig real deep and find something. But he's already running some of the quickest laps of the day, even still. To go. Still no movement from K-Spear or Belkey. Still very even times. Irwin's still running about a tenth quicker than everybody else. Last time, very even throughout the field. Everybody put tires on about the same time. Case Beer on the newest tires, but only by a few laps, and at this point, doesn't matter. 14 to go, 13 now. Case Beer making slight progress, but I don't think it's going to be enough until 0.6 was 0.7. A tenth every 2 laps. It'll get him there, but he's going to have to make the pass as well. Time by Case Beer 17:10. Charles Irwin is 17:2. 1/10 quicker that lap. Case Beer on the move, running out of time. Time by Charles Irwin went a little bit quicker, only 400 slower. So Case Beer's coming throughout that rear end there on the backstretch. Here comes Case Beer, 0.7 seconds back. Walking out of the picture for the win. 10 laps to go. Charles Irwin in the lead, but here comes Case Beer. Case Beer still quicker. Needs to make the pass though if he wants to win. That's going to be the hard part. He can catch him. And I think he will catch him, but he's got to make the pass. Charles Irwin's such a strong driver, such a great driver in the regular season last year, and actually won the championship, so he is very experienced running up front. Case Beer now 0.4 seconds. Case Beer will look on board, 8 to go. Case Beer reeling in. You see Kevin Stanley up there, 7 to go, running out of time. Gonna have to make a move now. Charles Irwin doing a great job of holding lap time now. See right there is where Case Beer is gaining the time on the exit. Irwin not able to wrap the bottom. A little tap of the wall. Irwin a little squirrely into the corner. Case Beer is now there. 6 to go. And we've got a race. Kevin Stanley up ahead. Wonder if he'll get out of the way. He should. Case Beer looking to the inside. The double O to the wall. Case Beer now within striking distance. 5 to go, and Case Beer's there to make a move. And this is just a reversal of earlier in the race. Case Beer was leading earlier with Irwin all over his bumper. Now it's the other way around. What will Case Beer do to get around? 4 to go. Case Beer going to try a crossover, try to get to his inside on exit. Not able to get the power down, still behind him. Going to get to his outside. No. Irwin going to block. Case Beer has to slow down, not to hit his bumper. Coming out of 4, 3 to go. Case Beer looking to the inside. Case Beer now to the inside of Irwin. Side by side for the lead. 3 to go. Nose to nose into the corner. Case Beer going to throw it in, get a little bit loose. The double O going to have the run. Side by side at the line. Irwin at advantage. 2 to go. Case Beer now ahead. Irwin has to dig deep, find that speed that he found earlier to pass on the outside. He's going to have to lay back, going to have to try and cross over here, going to try to get to the inside. Case Beer now to the lead. 1 lap to go. Case Beer loose. Irwin to the outside. Irwin now trying the crossover. Case Beer in the lead. Out of 2, down the backstretch. No lap traffic. 2 drivers battling it out. Irwin not going to be able to get to his bumper. Case Beer out of 4. Gonna win the Snowball Derby. What a great drive on that last few laps. Case Beer catching Irwin, able to make the pass. Irwin a great drive as well. 2 great drivers going at it. That's how it was all season. Last time in the regular season they had, and now a great race to finish the special event of the Snowball. man, I thought it'd be a lot harder for Case-Beer to make that pass. I knew he'd get to his bumper, but I mean, he did it clean, and I mean, he made the pass look really easy. I, I mean, what a race! Oh man, came down to the last lap. Case-Beer gonna park it in victory lane. Gonna take the win at the Snowball Derby. Looked like he was the fastest car, at least when he was in the lead. A great showing from Irwin, Belke, and Matthews had a great race going. Birdsong in there, Stanley in there. But let's pull up. Actually, let's go head over. Let's grab Case-Beer. Hey, Belke, you got me? Hey, third place tonight. Only 6 cars, but I mean, what a race. It was just back and forth with everybody. I don't know. I can't remember if you ever got the lead, but you were right up there with either that first and second battle or that third and fourth battle. You kind of want to walk us through your night?
Yeah, it's just hard on racing. I think I got the lead there for maybe like 15 laps or something. I think I finally got around Jonathan, and then there was a caution, and then I think Charles and I went down pit road. And I was just slow in my box getting out, but no, it's just hard racing, a little harder than we'd like probably, but you know, at the end of the day, you can't be too upset with third place, and just didn't quite have the tires there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, only 6 cars showed up tonight, but I mean, I was a little worried going in that it'd be kind of boring, but man, you guys put on one hell of a race. So glad to see you guys back out on track. I mean, the heavy hitters showed up, and they showed up.
Yeah, it's a real shame there's only 6 of us because there's a lot of other guys in the league, kind of perennial guys, you know, like Jeffrey and Marty, that and even Javier. Those guys are really fast every week, and you know, Marty and Jeffrey, especially those guys, race is super clean. You know, they'll race you hard, they might punch you down and get on your door, but they always race super clean. So it's always a blast when they're here too.
Yeah, well, third place, I mean, a special event race, only 6 cars, but you definitely had that speed to be up front no matter how many cars we had. So, great job tonight. Third place finish. Love seeing that Jeff Gordon scheme out on track. And can't wait to see what happens next for the league, next season or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Definitely nice to, you know, take the rust off. And do this kind of this fun event right before the season starts in a week from now. So just it's always fun driving race cars.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll let you give any shout outs if you want. And nice job on third place.
Just a big shout out to Charles for throwing up the league, and you for the great broadcast as always.
Thank you. Well, that being said, that was Austin Belke. A great race from him. Great to see him back out on track. And now we'll bring in Charles Irwin, our second place finisher.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, seemed like you really had that long run speed figured out. Came from the back multiple times for me to find you. Oh, there he is, third place, catching the 2 leaders who are racing. You want to walk us through, I mean, the race before the last, like, 20 laps? Everything before that?
Oh, yeah. So, you know, beginning of the race, we were just kind of racing to that lap 16 mark, got that early caution, but we just went to that lap 16 mark, just was racing to there. And then we had a huge run after that until the midway caution. Tires were really falling off. I was really at 10% because that's what the inside of the right front was at. Of course, the outside, since it's so towed in, is 100. But yeah, we were just racing to that 100 lap mark. I think me and Belke were planning on pitting earlier than that anyway. But we just decided to have that caution there to kind of split things in half, give some guys an extra chance to get some laps back and stuff. Because we only had 6 of us. But the rest of the way, it was pretty good. We had some. Sorry for my dinner. The rest of the way we had we had some pretty good racing. Couple cautions there towards the end made it a little bit shorter stints, and just got caught pitting at what Austin and I thought was the right time at the moment, and it ended up being pretty dang close. But at the end there, my tires were my right front was just kind of gone. So good battle there at the end with Jonathan and I. It's for the win, so kind of anything goes. So I expected anything, and came out with very clean racing between the two of us, and very close, tight quarters racing too. So can't complain. Just didn't have the right front at the end of it.
Yeah, I was getting ready for our interview for you to win, and I was gonna say you're getting away with a free broadcast because you're giving the money to the winner, and then
Right.
and then you were gonna go and win it and take the money, but here we are, second place. I mean, it's such a fun ending. I mean, it's a special event, no points, no nothing, just go for the win. And I mean, you guys really went for it. So much fun to race, so much fun to call you guys. I wish we had more cars, but with an ending like that, I mean, the whole race was good. I mean, there was never really a dull moment in the race, even with 6 cars. So it's just a testament to how good these cars can be if you have the right people on track.
Oh yeah, totally. Even with just 6 of us tonight, it was a lot of fun. Me, Kevin, and Austin in the lead chat on Discord, they were just having fun, talking and BSing and stuff. So just to pass the time, but it went by a lot quicker than I expected it to, and yeah, we got a great finish out of it. So I was very glad. I think I even said it to Kevin and Austin that that I was going to give Matt a good finish because
Man,
it's just 6 of us. Probably been bored all race, so I was just kind of thankful that you'd get at least something. So
I was watching the times. You set the quickest lap of the race, and I was like, well, they're just going to be even to the end, and that's it. I'm going to have to call it like this. And then all of a sudden, Case Spirit started closing, and I was like, he's going to have to make the pass, though. And then the last 5 laps, it was like, oh, well, you got to race.
yeah, no, I said in the chat, I said it is of my semi-professional opinion that he's going to get here with 3 to go, and then he got there with 5 to go, and I was like, well, that's why I'm not a professional.
uh,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's always tough to get a lot of people together during the holidays. I messaged pretty much everybody as practice was ending there, and either people were doing stuff or they just didn't have the track, which is also another thing that iRacing needs to do a little bit more of, is put that 5 Flag Speedway on the mainframe for a lot of these official races. It's pretty much only run during the winter months and during Snowball weeks.
I think it's just run with maybe the street stocks once or twice a year, and then like you said, the 5 flags for the Snowball and whatever. But
yeah, so I mean, even though there's a big special event with the the late models and stuff at the end of the year in real life, it's iRacing doesn't really promote it that much, which sucks, and that's why a lot of people don't have it. So I was just glad that we had numbers and we had good races. So.
yeah, I mean, even with the low car number, I'm not even upset. I mean, sure, it would have been cool to have more, but we got a good race out of it. So, yeah, I mean, you want to talk about the next season? I know you got one coming up. I don't know who's watching, how many people we got. Is there anyone out there who wants to race? But
Sure.
we do have a league
Yeah.
for these cars.
Oh yeah. Starting next week. Kind of the precursor. Um, so we run Tuesdays, starting at 8:30 Eastern. So tonight was a little bit earlier, but the broadcast started right when we'll start regularly during the season. It's practice, qualifying, heats just like tonight, and then a feature after that, with a little warm up, a little 5 minute warm up in between heats and the features. So, yeah, it's 12 races, 3 months, no drop weeks, fixed setups. Um, Anything else I'm thinking of that I'm missing? I'm not too sure I'm missing anything else. But yeah, if you're watching this, you're not in the league, and you're interested. Week 1 is with North Wilkesboro, so go to a popular track start on, and there's about 3 or 4, I think 4 free tracks. So if you can't buy the track, there's about 4 free tracks, so you can race about a month. And I think almost any of us that are pretty active would be willing to at least give you another track. So, yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, I don't know if you got any shout outs you want to give, but congratulations on second place and a great finish. One you'll have to go back and watch. But any shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to shout out all the 6 guys that showed up tonight. I mean, just showing up, racing, putting in laps. I mean, even if it was, you know, complicated at times, or if it was a little bit aggressive, or you had to make this move or whatever, it is all in the part of racing. It's all in the name of racing. That's what we love. So, especially with these cars, it's that's kind of the name of the game. So, just thanks to Austin, Jonathan, Kevin, Dylan, and James for showing up tonight, um, and hope to see all 5 of them next week in week 1. So, yeah, just and thanks to you as well, doing this for free. And I wanted to pay you, but you're kind of generous soul, said no. So, um, but yeah, I just want to thank you for putting up a great broadcast. I'm glad I got something good for you. So thanks.
Yeah, thanks. But with that being said, last and, well, I guess not least, Jonathan Casebeer. What is up? He's not
What's
here.
up?
Oh, there he is. All right. Well, I had little faith. I didn't think he'd do it. I thought Erwin was going to run away with it. And here we are, our very own MC Motorsports driver. You want to walk us through those last 10, 15 laps?
Yeah, I'd say my words of motivation came from my second monitor with the broadcast open. I don't think there's enough time for Casebeer to get there. But no, yeah, I saw those guys go down for tires when I didn't. And then I was like, we're gonna get another yellow. And I know tires aren't the biggest, but there's gonna be enough time for my tires to make a difference. And so I took mine, and then I got on the inside of Velke at the restart, because I timed the launch pretty well. Like, I kind of knew if he doesn't go early, it's gonna be late. So I timed the launch pretty good. Managed to get clear to second, and then we were dialing in his fastest laps of the race were the fastest, and then mine were just behind it. And we were just staying even the whole time. I was kind of getting aggravated every single lap. 8/10, 8/10, 8/10. I'm like, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah,
and then finally it started to reel in. I saw him like rub the wall a couple times. I was rubbing the wall a couple times, and then finally I just started gluing to the bottom through 1, 2, then 3 and 4. Then getting to the inside, we kind of, rubbed a little bit, but nothing too much. And then I was able to get on by. So I definitely had my hands full. This car is crazy to drive here. Even though it's harder to make passes, it's still crazy to throw this thing around. So it was a lot of fun.
So I don't think anyone had more time out front and then behind in second. Was there a big difference from the lead to second with dirty air, or did you not really feel a difference?
I don't think I felt the difference. I think the car was the exact same. The only difference you had was if you were close enough to the car in front, you weren't full throttle out because you'd run them over.
Right.
But the car reacted the exact same. Like you could plan if you planted it to the bottom on entry, you could wrap it through the corner. You could full throttle off until you got close enough where you'd have to lift. But yeah, without the car in front of you, same exact thing, but you'd keep the foot down all the way down the back straight.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't. I don't even know what to say. I mean, that finish was just so good. I mean, I don't. You guys were just kind of really even. You were running really good laps, but Erwin was running just as good, if not better, up in front. And I thought we were just gonna have a race to the end with like a really boring ending to a really good race, but ended up being really good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy racing with these guys. I enjoy racing with Erwin. I know that we had that long run at the beginning from about a little after 20 after that lap 16 Memorial caution all the way to lap 100. I had 11% on my right front. I know I heard him say he had 10.
Wow.
I had 11, and I'm glad we threw that yellow. It brought everybody back together. We got to hard race again, and that was where things started to not fall apart. I mean, I kept my grip on things, but they definitely slipped a little bit. I dropped an egg or two on the way, but
I'm gonna say you were
in the
using
end,
that
we still made a
bumper.
good omelet.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So. Do I get the winnings?
You're
No.
Yeah.
not on the payroll.
But no, good job on winning this race. Real fun to watch. Are you racing the next season? Are you doing that? You're just gonna be here and there.
I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. I see the season ends with this track in week 12, so that'll be fun. Schedule looks really fun. I think I've raced at every single track on there except one of them, so it should be fun.
All right. Well, with that being said, congratulations on the win. Thank you for putting on a great finish. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, I got to shout out the guys here in the league for putting this on, and the few guys that did show up. We put on a good race for only 6 cars. A little disappointed there weren't more, but I mean, the ones that showed up raced really well. I know the 7 didn't have the race he wanted. He started pretty strong, but he put on a good race, and then the O and the 24 racing hard with them was really fun. Shout out to you for doing the broadcast. It's always fun to listen back on that during and afterwards when I can focus on it a little harder. And then, yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, I'll let you go celebrate. Another win in the league category. Or is this? I think we need to make a special event category in our Discord with our wins. Could be the first one in special events.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll see you. And that was Jonathan Casebeer, our winner of the Snowball Derby here, special event put on by EIRCA. Like I said, check them out if you want to race. They'll be back next Tuesday, starting their league, North Wilkesboro. But that's going to be it from MC Motorsports tonight. MC Motorsports broadcasting tonight. We will see you guys next time, and have a great new year.